Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Everybody epic? I'm trying to figure out where I'm hearing myself from. I figured it out. Hold on. It was my phone. Hi, Reese. Do you remember me? Did I beat jet lag yet? Why is it so bright on camera? I promise it's not that bright. It's not that bright at all. But yeah, here we are. We are live. It's not even close to bright. It's actually dim. I don't understand why this. I don't know. Everyone's always like, "Man, this fucking Logitech webcam. It's the best. It's the best webcam." There has to be a better one. There has to be. Good morning, Yokogo. How's everybody? Anybody do anything cool today? Probably the camera. Oh, it is the camera, but like, why? This camera isn't like a cheapo camera, so like, you had pizza, goated. Being enslaved, not goated. Being aware that you're enslaved, that's goated though. Got cheesecake, does that count? Yep. Wait, count as what? I gotta fucking shave. Fuck, it's annoying. It's too long. And my hair is too long. It's like fucking in my eyes. Annoying. Bathed the dog after she got filthy on a rainy walk. Goated. Studying for university. Glad you're in school. Scantily clad. I've worn a Uniqlo tank top for the past 3 or 4 streams. This is the dark gray one. Yesterday it was light gray. I think another day it was the olive one. Waiting for horse to come back? How many did I buy? No, I bought 3. I did, wash yesterday. What does that face mean? That face means school blows, but it is important. Did I change shirts? What? From when? Yesterday? Yes. The other one, my hamper's not in here. I don't know why I was looking around. It's the light gray one. It's almost white. But I have... Yeah, yesterday was a different color. Last few streams were hand cams. Big Reese was in all the last streams. I always start with Big Grease, just for a little while. But it's almost time for Big Grease to be gone. It's almost time to go on a hand cam Reese. Sheesh. This is annoying. I keep like feeling it on my lip, and I'm like, get this shit off here. I need to shave. First time seeing a stream for you. Like the posters? Thank you. Purchased at cons. Merch for Miniac, who's a mini painting YouTuber. Really talented guy. And then my grandma made these. Wow. These two are like fabric. I think I've talked about it. Oh wait. They're just like fabric prints that are over poster board. It's not like they're drawn by her or stitched by her, no. But those have been, Connor and I have had those a while. One of them was mine and one was his, but neither of us had them in our rooms until we moved here. My boo-boos are kind of getting better. They're almost snake bites. It's so funny. I have one at the bottom of my mustache on each side. It's so annoying. It's got to do something with the beard. My skin just doesn't like it, which is another reason why I gotta shave. Emo rat arc. It's because my hair has gotten so long that clean shaven Reese? No, probably not. Probably stubble Reese again. I usually trim it way down. I can't, like, usually I part my bangs, right? But it doesn't really work when I have this many because they always do this. But when I have so much hair, it all kind of just falls forward. What fakes today? I don't know. Hairline jump scare? It's up there, isn't it? It's not going anywhere, but it's high. I got a high-ass hairline. Call me Vegeta. Okay, well, I guess I'll go to this screen and set up the hand cam, and hopefully we have no weird problems this time. I'll mute the mic and hope that maybe no problems happen. Here we go. It seems okay. I gotta get in the dang chair. There's not a lot of room to get in this bee. But it seems okay. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do today. We'll find out. We will find out. Not the crispy mic? What does that mean? Is it crispy again? Or it's not crispy? Son of a bitch. Okay, here we go. Give me a second. Is this live again? How about? Is it still crunchy? Or is it better? It's always been live? It wasn't. It froze. You just couldn't tell because I unplugged the capture card. It sounds nice. You don't have to lie that much, but thank you. The mic quality on the camera is okay. 2 squads of Termagants? Correct. The only thing I have on my desk right now is this guy, so maybe we'll assemble him. Also, I want to make sure I have my stream playing on my phone so I can use it as a reference without turning around. But then I get to see my stream just as delayed as you guys get to see it. Isn't that fun? God damn, I'm fucking pale. Holy shit. We got the Warhammer Plus Year 2 Commemorative Series World Eater's Terminator Azrakh the Annihilator. Oh! That's crazy, isn't it? I'm moving my light because it is low for some reason and I can't see. I think the Death Leaper got delivered and I forgot to go get it, so... No tier... Well, I was gonna say no Tyranids today. That's just untrue. I still have a fucking squad of Barbgons, a squad of Von Ryan's Leapers, a Psychophage to assemble. So... we definitely can get more Tyranids. I don't really want to prime these Tyranids until I get a Wraithbone spray can. I'll be real. I don't have a Wraithbone spray can right now, and so I can't really prime these the way I want to. So they're gonna stay gray. Today, assembly or paint day? It'll start with assembly, but maybe we'll finally go and paint a Sterngard veteran or two. Or all of them, if I'm feeling really goofy. I always like these little kits that come in this little plastic guy. It just makes it feel slightly more premium, even though this is like fucking cookie sheet material. It's thin as paper, but it's not just a sprue floating around in a box. And look at this guy's cute little instruction manual. There it is. That's all of it. That's the whole thing. So I don't even need to move all these fucking Tyranids out of the way right now because his whole instruction manual is that tiny. Oh! Oh! We're throwing gaunts everywhere. I'm still pissed. Only the English people could have them as Termagants. Motherfuckers. But then everything else is gone. Did we ever look up Hermagants? Are Hermagants also with it no U? If so, Games Workshop is gonna get a strongly worded email from me. What do you mean it's Termagants? But then it's Barbgaunts, Neurogaunts. It's fucking stupid. Pisses me the frick off. Fucking aluminium. That's the worst one. Every time people talk about the differences in spelling between American and British English, aluminium, that's the worst one. It pisses me off to no end. Fucking aluminium. Yeah, if anyone was here yesterday, and I know some of you were, we ended the stream and I only assembled 3 Termagants, and I went to go eat, and I ate and immediately came back to the desk and assembled the rest of them. So if you go from the last VOD to this VOD, you'll suddenly see 17 Termagants and 2 Ripper Swarms materialize. No more Chimera pegs? What? Did a little grinding off stream? Yeah, call me DSP. Don't call me DSP. That might be the last man I want to be. The one where you glued the wrong pieces. I actually glued the right pieces. I think I was just tired and stupid. This piece should have gone in. I just didn't fuss with it enough because I'm not used to push fit. So, yeah. The rest of them went together just fine. If anyone's familiar with DSP, you'll know why I don't want to be him. Though actually, I think he might be the luckiest man to ever live. I don't remember all of the DSP lore, But somehow, I think he's had some really unfortunate things happen to him. Some his fault, some not. Most his fault. Speaks, thanks for gifting subs. I didn't see how many, I missed it. No, I have to scroll. How dare you, motherfucker. It was 5. Thanks for 5 gifted speaks. But yeah, DSP. Aren't we all DSP in a way, spending money on these? Well, he spends it on WWE mobile. DSP plays a WWE mobile game? Again, I haven't followed the DSP lore since probably back when he was doing his first playthrough of Dark Souls 2. So, I don't know what's going on with him. I could just name a few things that have happened to him that I won't go into. The worst finances? But it didn't bite him in the ass, that's the thing. It should have. Sanko, I don't know if you're here yet, so I'll wait. Hi Zenko and Raiders. Zenko, thanks again for the raid. I hope you had a fun stream. I don't know if you were doing art or what. I was asleep until 30 minutes ago. I had to go back to bed for a couple hours. Because my sleep schedule is not good. Not taking my fucking insomnia pill yesterday really messed me up, guys. It was not good. But ironically, the insomnia pill has now given me insomnia. If I don't take it, I don't sleep. Even though I don't think I need it anymore. I mean, Speaks, you know, we've spoken about this a few times. Fucking Trazodone. I don't want to keep taking it, but literally getting off of it is impossible. Because the days of no sleep are too terrible. So, maybe I'll just take my fucking Trazodone forever. It's not a super expensive pill, so maybe I'll just be okay with that. You know? Maybe I'll just be okay with it. Is this where this goes? This is where this goes, but it doesn't seem right. No, it's right. It's wrong. Oh, man. Fuck me tight. It was on the wrong leg. I was like, something's off. It doesn't feel right. The one with the little grenades goes on this leg. There we go. This guy goes together real well. I know you guys can't tell because I'm so zoomed out and he's such a little guy, but were you taking it consistently in Japan? I thought the exercise wore you out to the point where you didn't always need it. I didn't need it at the start of the trip, but then the second half of the trip I was a lot less active because a lot of the touristy things were done. And so, I needed to get back on it. I needed to take it again. Yeah, the first 2 weeks of that trip, I did not need it. It knocked me the fuck out, walking 30,000 steps. Now that I'm back home, I'm just fucking assembling miniatures in my room. I don't really get physically tired. And just staying up isn't enough. Oh well. You know, everyone's got their battles. Mine is with a pill. What an evil foe. An impossibly difficult foe to beat. A pill. How am I supposed to defeat it? It's so strong. Just way too freaking strong. Are there any close trails where you live to emulate that experience? Kind of live in the Badlands. I'd probably have to start driving to a mountain if I wanted to go hiking. Las Vegas is kind of the Badlands. You ever played Fallout New Vegas? It looks like that in real life. They didn't have to change anything. They had to change nothing. I feel like I have so many pieces left, but I guess I don't. Number 5 is his right foot. So put it on the right to remember, because I'm going to clip both of his feet off. That's 5. It should be obvious if I try to put the wrong foot on, but just in case. That's 6. You can get a Deathclaw as a pet? Yeah. Absolutely. This guy got some big stompers on him. Now he can stand. Awesome. How come his shoulder pads are the last thing it wants me to glue on? That's interesting. Usually shoulder pad... Well, I guess on normal Space Marines they tend to be last too. Never mind. It seemed interesting to me for some reason. But maybe not. I think shoulder pads do tend to go on last. But usually it's heads. Usually it's shoulder pads, then heads. But this one has you do your head just before. Yeah, I need to go to my local GW. I'm fortunate enough to have one that's not too far. And grab a Canna Wraithbone so I can prime these Tyranids. I want to get a Canna Wraithbone, and I want to get a bottle of Magos Purple so that I can do the Tyranid skin the way I want. I'm okay with the carapace on the Lictor, this bright purple carapace. I think that's fun, but I'm not so sure if I like the violet skin. So for the rest of them, I think I might get the paints to replicate the normal Leviathan skin tone, and then we'll just have a purple Lictor for some reason, because I am not stripping it. Absolutely not. I don't believe in stripping models unless absolutely necessary. It's a growth process, every model that you make, that you finish. I stripped a model once, and it was pretty early on, and it's because I didn't fully understand the proper technique for using a rattle can well enough, and I clogged up the detail of primer. So it got a bath in acetone. Don't really recommend stripping your models in acetone either, because if you ain't careful, it will start melting the plastic. So you gotta be pretty attentive. Acetone's pretty strong? Yeah. But it works for stripping models. For that very reason. And then the head. What a fun little model to put together. And then the shoulders. And then we're done. I've talked about the yearly miniatures before, and I think I've shown off this year's. Or was it last year's that also? Yeah, this year has, I think, the Von Karstein vampire, and I think some Imperial Guardsmen, but I don't remember exactly what kind. But last year it was this guy, the World Eater, based off of an old retro World Eater's Codex cover art. Oh, I pricked myself with the tip of the blade. Or it's funny, the edge of this isn't sharp, but the point sure is. Now I have to go get a band-aid. That's so annoying. I'll be back in 1 second. Because I don't want to bleed on my clothes, or it's barely bleeding. Shit's barely bleeding, but I'd rather get a Band-Aid on it for 5 minutes until it stops, then get it blood all over my fucking minis. The thing about cutting yourself with that knife is really it's never a bad cut in my experience. The thing that really sucks about cutting yourself is having to wear the Band-Aid. Because now my fucking finger has this big old Band-Aid on it, and it's harder to get the tactile sensation with it. I don't really feel out of this thing now. It's gone. But we don't have to wear this long. I literally just pricked myself, like poked myself with the point of the knife. So it'll stop bleeding real quick. Just need to keep pressure on it, and this is the easiest way to do that and keep the show going. The fingy nerf? Yeah. Hey, at least I got the goated blue Band-Aids that, you know, like fucking restaurants and shit use. They're really flexible, they are breathable, they're durable. Finger socks works great. That's not a bad idea. Which shoulder goes where? The one with the angry face goes on his right shoulder. And then the one with the Chaos Undivided goes on his right shoulder. Interesting, neither of them are the World Eater's skull. Or not skull, planet being eaten. You know, because they're the World Eaters. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Good thing is, it keep focusing on your Band-Aid. Is that true? Is it focusing on the damn Band-Aid? Next time, use Sanrio Band-Aids. They give you a cuteness buff? You're right. And then he goes on his base. And he's... Oh. What, you want more glue, motherfucker? You really want more? Piece of shit. We'll hold him this time. Pretty sure they have frozen Band-Aids at CVS. Oh, I bet they do. How else are you gonna get a child to wear a Band-Aid without putting fucking Elsa on it? It's been like fucking 10 years and children still love Elsa. Isn't that crazy? Her reign will never end. Well, there's Azrakh. Oh. Ta-da! Wow, he's got so much fucking detail. It's gonna be so easy to paint. It's gonna be so fun and easy to paint. Thank you. Girl DM. Oh, Jesus. Hi, Girl DM. And Raiders. Crazy? How was crazy? Well, snare rocked me in a room. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. How's everybody? Girl DM, I hope you had a fun stream. Told them not to do that one. I said the other one. You think chat knows how to follow directions? My chat's a fraction of the size of yours, and these people don't listen to me. Thanks for all the rats. Now that wasn't audible disappointment. I would never be disappointed with Girl DM. But it was a I wasn't looking at my chat and got a big raid while I wasn't even looking. So then I looked back and there was a lot going on. They're real rubber rats? Holy shit. Coward for not being disappointed in Girl DM? gotta make room if I'm gonna assemble more Tyranids. Or are we gonna paint? Maybe I'll try to paint a Sterngard. Fuck it. True, you should be super disappointed next raid. Just sigh. Like, knock stuff off the table. Yes. Fuck all of this. In a hilarious twist, this is probably almost $300 worth of plastic sitting in front of me. Isn't that fun? I would never knock them all off the table. If they came apart, I would be so sad. Especially like the little gaunts. They'd be so impossible to get all the pieces back together for them. That was the least excited you've ever heard someone for a Girl DM raid? I'm really jet lagged and tired, and I also missed the raid. I have my phone over here that has my chat on it, and I was putting something on the other side off camera, and I looked back and there was a lot of people in here. It took me a second to process. No, I came back from Japan a few days ago, so I'm really tired. Please be nice to the rat. They're not being mean. They're just being observant. If I'm gonna paint, I guess I need to get water in my paint cup. Okay, I guess I'll go get water. Shit. Be back in 10 seconds. If you count, it'll actually be 10 seconds. And I'm back. Was it 10 seconds? Or was it even faster? Was it faster? Was I too quick? Okay, well, now we have everything we need to get started. Wow. Where did my pallets go? I want a clean one. We will have to move these guys out of the way now, so I can fucking work. Which means I will lightly push them all away. There we go. I do have some clean pallets down here. Somewhere. I hear them. There they are. Alrighty. Well, we already have them all primed, so I guess which one will I want to do first? Maybe I'll do that Devastator first. He's pretty simple. Huh. Paint water? It's just normal water for now. For now. Where are my brushes at? The ones I was using. Here they are. We will start with the big one. They call it the monster brush. Army Painter labels their brushes based on what their function is. I don't know how close I want to be. For painting, I typically want to be closer. Can you focus for me? Can you focus for me? How about now? Can you focus for me? There we go. Wow, okay. I'm focused. Good stuff, DM. Good stuff. We already have them primed, and the best idea for these kind of things is to just start with... I like to start with the armor always on Space Marines. And then do the rest of the stuff later. And because I want to do these guys as Imperial Fist, we're using Imperial Fist Yellow. Can you believe it? Does he have a name, or can I name him? He looks like a Kevin. I don't know what Imperial Fist naming conventions are like. I couldn't tell you. I'm not gonna worry about being super neat at this stage. I'm just gonna fucking go for it. That's kind of what you do when you paint. Paint bravely. Don't be afraid. I struggle with that a lot, which is why I tend to assemble so much more than I actually get painted. But it's just, painting's the scary part, because you're always afraid that you're not going to like what you paint, and then you have this beautiful miniature that you aren't happy with. But in my experience, you are always happy with it when you're done. You're always happy. It's always better to have a nice painted miniature. Paint bravely is... I stole it, unfortunately. I won't take credit for that phrase. I think Brent of Goobertown Hobbies, a mini painting YouTuber, and I think Chemist, is who I originally heard Paint Bravely from. But the only real important part, you don't have to really be neat at this stage. The important part is just to not go over anything twice until it's dried. So I'm gonna try not, if it's yellow, I'm not touching it again unless I just put it down. Because this paint especially dries really quick, and you don't want to crack the skin, so to speak, of the paint, and it'll peel. And it'll be really obvious. It'll leave brush marks. It'll look goofy. So the one thing I'm gonna do is not go over something twice. I'm not gonna care about being super neat. We're just gonna paint. But I am gonna worry about where I'm putting my brush. Because you can always go over it again if you need more color. But you can't undo the paint, the coffee staining. Coffee staining is very hard to get rid of. The real way to get rid of coffee staining, in my experience, is straight up to repaint, like reprime. You don't have to strip it usually, because that's really drastic. The layer of paint is so small that if you just take, like on these guys, I would just take white. If you just take a white and then just paint over it completely so it's opaque white, then just start over on that spot. Because coffee staining is so freaking annoying. It's so ugly and it's so noticeable. I have a lot on the Lictor. Not that I don't care enough to redo it, but it's because I was impatient. I wasn't letting it fully dry before going in for the next coat. So the Lictor, especially on his chitin, has a lot of coffee staining on it. This color is so powerful. Look at this dang color. This is one coat. Look how yellow he is. This paint was revolutionary when they came out with it. Over white, it's almost good enough to do one coat. And you don't have to really thin it too much because it's a contrast paint. Because yellow, for those of you who haven't been here, or who aren't mini painters, or painters in general, because I think this is true for traditional painting, yellow is a dog shit color. It is just weak in pigmentation. It really just doesn't cover. And this paint nearly does it in one coat. Imperial Fist? Correct! He's an Imperial Fist. Nergaard veteran. And because yellow is also so bright, I'm not super worried about being really clean at this step, because all the other colors will easily go over it. So what's just important is just getting just being clean later on. I have to be tidy later. The shoulder pad is dry now, so I'm not going to go over it though, because I want to get all of the armor one coat and then go over all of it again. It's silly to start the second coat if you haven't even done a first coat somewhere. because then you'll lose track. You'll lose track of what you did 2 coats on. Some things will get 3. Some you won't even get 2 on because you think you've already done them. First guess was going to be Lamenters. Lamenters are definitely really popular. They're also yellow. But I'm a son of Dorn at the end of the day, so I don't really, you know... Sanguinius, he was a real one. Was. But Lamenters ain't really my thing. We're almost done. How do you choose the colors? I pick the one that I think is fun. I like the Imperial Fists. They're yellow. It looks good. And yellow is typically not a color I really like. But I think on Space Marines it's really striking. Especially when I tend to collect Chaos and like Tyranids and Necrons, who tend to have really... I was going to say dull colors, but Tyranids aren't necessarily dull. So the yellow is a really nice contrast because it's so bright. I do sometimes think that the Imperial Fists look like Ronald McDonald, though. Because their sergeants get red helmets. And yes, the sergeant of the squad will be getting a red helmet. And yes, it does kind of make him look like Ronald McDonald. If the helmet is red, isn't that a target? Yeah. Absolutely. The thing that's I've always found funny with that convention of how they style their armor, the leaders always have different color helmets. So you can pick them out in a crowd and shoot them in the brain with a sniper rifle. It's true for every chapter. Sergeants always have a different colored helmet. Blood Angels are red, their sergeants I think get golden helmets. Instead of the traditional red one for them. Sounds like a tactical design flaw? You'd be right. But there's nothing tactical about the fascist hell that is the Imperium of Man. They don't care about that stuff. Okay, well we've just about one-coated everything. Just double checking to make sure there's nothing I missed. Gonna go over some spots that didn't get paint. His helmet is staying white because it gets white paint over it. Sternguard veterans are veterans of the first company, which means their helmets are white. Except for the sergeant, who's still red. Anything else obvious that I missed? The undersides of the shoulder pads. Looks like maybe his tummy there. But actually, I think that's part of the tabard, so maybe not. Oh, his foot. I missed his right footsie. These parts of it. And again, I'm not worried about being super clean, because we can always clean up. Yellow is a very easy color to clean up after. Did I miss his tummy? No, that's part of the tabard. Okay, well, we'll go for a coat 2. The rule is usually 2 thin coats. You'll hear that all over the place. To get max coverage and match saturation, 2 thin coats. I'm not really thinning this because I'm not drying my brush all the way, so it has a little bit of water in it. And I'm also not loading up my brush very much, so that it isn't like super thick. It's a contrast paint, so it's already pretty thin to begin with. What's my favorite color to work with? Red is super fun. Red is a super fun color to work with. It's super saturated always. It always covers super well. It always looks good. Probably red. Green is also kind of fun. Metallics of any flavor are also fun. A lot of people, like at the high level of painting, don't like true metallic paints with the metal flakes in it because it doesn't actually look like metal. It's just shiny. Like it doesn't reflect light in a convincing way because the particles aren't like to scale, you know? But I'm just a little guy. I paint for fun. And so I like my metallic paints. They make things shiny. The paint always goes on less saturated than it'll dry. So if you're ever worried, like, oh man, this is looking really bright, or it's not really the color I think it's gonna be, it'll dim. This yellow looks super vibrant going on, and then it dries, and all the water gets out of where it is, you know, it dries up. And all that's left is the pigment. It's not as saturated as you think it is. He's just a little guy? Yeah, a little guy. He's like fucking 200 years old. Mass murderer. Probably civilian killer. They were in the way. That's what he would say. If they didn't want to be killed by my bolter, they shouldn't have been on the war zone. He says as he's fighting inside of their hablock. Literally in their house. So not a little guy? No. Space Marines are not good people. Almost universally. People will try to tell you that salamanders are the good guys because they actually like to protect civilians. Salamanders will happily torch an Eldar child alive. Yeah, they protect human civilians. Just about done with the armor. It's looking pretty good. Might need a third coat in places. But maybe not. We'll let that dry. And while that's drying, I will get some other paints situated. We need the black. Anti-Imperium propaganda? My bad. What's this? This is metallic. That's silver. I needed an acrylic white. Matte white, yup. Where's my black? Is this black? Grim black, there we go. I need a brown for pouches. I need a brass too. Did I have a brass out already? Did I have a brass out? If not, I'll have to go find one. Actually, I could use the ink. Though this shit is separated. I kind of want a gold though, not a brass. I have a Liquitex rich bronze ink. This shit is kind of crazy. This thing is so opaque. But I'm not really sure if I need something that brass. Where's my fucking... Did I not take a gold out? Do I really have to pull out the whole fucking can? Not can, box of paints? Oh. Vallejo gold. That'll do. Where's my Nuln Oil? Where's my fucking shades? Cryptic Armor Shade. Astro Granite. Is this Nuln Oil? Nuln Oil that's super empty because I spilled it once. That's Black Legion. Where's Agrax? You Agrax? Sterling Mud. Oh shit. How am I ever gonna find Agrax? Oh, I found it. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just a bit different. Palette time. Not sure if I've ever used this paint. This is a speed paint. Metallic. We'll just put a couple drops in our palette. You can't see it because it's behind a space marine. There it is. Wet our brush. Dry it off. Get most of the water out of it. Get mad at an errant bristle in our brush that I'm clipping off with the clipper. It has one bad bristle. There it goes. Literally, a salamander used a flamethrower against civilians to watch after watching his partner being killed in a book that you can't remember the title. I'd believe it. Oh, this is interesting. These are so watery. Is that good or bad? We're about to find out. Also, I don't want to use this yet. Shit, but I already put it on the palette. I need to paint the gun black before I do the rest of it. Gotta work fast. A little pool of black paint. You do have to be careful. A lot of people will warn you against that if you use the paint water with a metallic paint and then wash your brush and then use a non-metallic paint. It'll pick up the fucking metal flakes. I haven't experienced that. I won't tell you it doesn't happen because that would be lying, because I'm sure it does. But I will literally not change my paint water after using metallics and experience no adverse effects. So your mileage may vary with that advice. But we are using black paint now. So now we have to be careful, because I'm going real close to that pretty yellow armor that we finished. And you don't want to get black on that, because that is a hard mistake to fix. Every mistake can be fixed, but black over yellow is one of the worst ones. That one you can't even try to get yellow back over it. You have to just paint the entire area white and just start over. We're just going to paint the whole gun black and then go with metallics over the part that we want to be shiny. This is a good black paint. It dries real fast, and it's drying kind of gray, so it is more interesting to look at than true black. Oh, nerve-wracking. Getting right under his fucking hand with this paint. Oh, there goes the focus. Come on. It's yellow. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Piece of scheisse. There you go, buddy. It's also good, back when I was starting about order of operations, to start with the armor, because that's the biggest bit. So when you have the armor all done, like I do now, and I just have to not really touch it, it's so epic. Because now I have most of it done. I just have to detail him. The other part is going to be nerve-wracking, is this black goes in the joints of his armor. Because obviously knees and elbows don't get armored because they have to bend. So he has like joints. And yeah, we're gonna have to be really fucking careful. We're gonna have to be really careful. He's also holding the gun by like a handle, and the handle is threaded through his fist. Gotta be careful there too. Maybe I should swap to a smaller brush. Will I? Maybe after I make a mistake. We're gonna be brave. We are gonna be brave. This is no longer a speed paint. This is an army painter, or rather a contrast paint. This is an army painter speed paint. The yellow is a contrast paint, which has a little longer of a working time than speed paint. Speed paint dries fast as hell. So I can already go back over this to get a second coat for coverage. Thank you, Laser. That's my friend Laser. What's up, buddy? Hey, Laser, how come you went back to Los Angeles? I was there for 2 hours the other week in a layover, and that place sucks. Sorry to any LA people in chat. You live near LA, not in LA? I guess that's a bit different. Oh, this is nerve-wracking, bruh. This is so scary. Gotta be really careful. I feel like a painting tutorial guy where they'll always go, don't worry about this. I'm gonna talk with an accent because they're always British. Don't worry about this step, guys. You don't have to be super clean. We can always tidy up later. And then they go on. And then they go on to the part where it's black and they go, okay, be super fucking careful, guys. Because we can't really tidy this up very easy. But on the yellow step, they'd be like, oh no, don't be super, quick and fast, guys. We want to get a good base coat and then move on. That's a real nice camera you got? Thanks, man. My chat bought it for me. Thanks, chat. Oh, gun's just about base coated. We're going to keep using the black to blackline anything else we need. So we'll probably go ahead and do the cables too. W chat? Yeah. They try. They do their best to be a W chat. I think they succeed. I don't really have any problems with them, I think a lot of streamers wouldn't be able to say that. I think they'd be lying. I love my chat. They never annoy me at all. Meanwhile, their chat is the most rancid thing ever created. Of course a streamer would say that they love their chat, that their chat never causes them problems. But I'm not sure I don't think I've to date ever had to ban someone who wasn't a bot. Whenever I go mods, get this guy, it's always a guy that's a bot. Do you love me, Reese? Firezilla? Forever and always, my guy. Forever and always. He loves us? I don't know where we got the us from. I'm here flirting with Firezilla. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. If you want to self-insert as Firezilla, go ahead. Cheater? Sorry, Sam. My bad. Wait, you got a wife, bro. Relax. I can't compete with her. I keep trying to remember to keep this shit mostly in view. It's kind of hard. He hates the rest of us? No, just you, Sushi. He definitely despises me. If that's what you want your headcanon to be. As a streamer, I'm y'all's blank canvas. Prescribe whatever you want, as long as you don't actually project it onto me in real time. These cables are kind of annoying. It's hard to get to the backside of them. He's really coming along. Oh god, that's such a difficult place to get to. I'm sorry that he's off camera. I have to bring this guy 1 inch from my face in order to actually hit this point. There's an underside of a cable that's like next to his leg that I have to really thread the brush to get to it. I think we got it though. And now I gotta turn this bee upside down because there's cabling. I'll use the back of the brush. We'll see if I can actually get you guys to see it. Maybe not. Oh, yep, in here. See all the part of the cable, the underside of the cabling that I haven't painted? Yeah, this is the easiest way to reach to it. Get this guy upside down. Watch your palm. It's fine. Paint comes off. And he's dry. I promise. The armor part, anyway, that my hand was touching is dry. I appreciate the worry, though. This paint, all of it, has a really short working time, so it's not a big deal. He ain't gonna get me all painty, and I'm not gonna rub it off either. I see people who don't use a painting handle like this. They like hold it by the base, like, let's get painting, everybody. This is gonna be so atrocious to paint holding it like this. That would be so awful. You don't have to use the fucking GW painting handle like I do, but for God's sake, get something. Some people blue tack their minis to like a cork, like a literal cork, or like a wooden peg, and they hold that. Just have something to grip. Apparently the newer Citadel handles suck. I wouldn't know. This one's a few years old at least. It's a pretty ancient model. What other things on him need to be black? Oh, the gaps in the armor. Can't forget those. Can't forget those. Oh god. This is fucking the backs of his knees. I saw someone say, I missed your name. Someone said that they had shaky hands. They couldn't. The painting handle also really helps with shaky hands because it gives you something. This thing, it's like not super light. So like you can really grip this and then brace your other hand up against it, and then you can really get a pretty steady hand. They also make one of these same exact things that's fucking gigantic, and it's for vehicles. Like it can hold a fucking tank. Painting a tank like this, goes around to the other side to now it's goofy. I had said use a painting handle on a Space Marine and stuff, but if you are having a tank on a painting handle, that seems crazy. Is that a Grey Knight? Tanner, I think you might be a dumbass. Oh, good God. And now there's a back of his knee, his right knee is really hard to access to. I'm just gonna try to stipple the paint in there. Super gentle. Super steady. Just a little bit. Goes a long way. And now the fun part is I have to do all of that again. Can I get a quick Lamenter pattern for the gamers? I'm not freehanding a checkerboard. Firezilla, go watch Halo with your friends. Even though I'm sure that actually the only enjoyable part of that experience is going to be that your friends are there. I'm pretty sure the rest of that's going to be miserable. If your friends weren't there, I think that might be the worst decision you've ever made. It's so interesting what parts don't pick up paint. There's a random, you can see random spots of primer in the darndest places. Oh, the fucking tip of the handle. Oh no, that's gonna be so annoying. And there goes the focus. Come on. Come on, that's my hand. And now, there. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. The tip of the handle. The top of his head. I keep getting him out of frame because I have to bring him right in front of my eyeballs. Close. Well, that's the black just about done. I really thoroughly clean my brush. Get back in frame, you. There you go. Metallics. We already had some out, and we worked quick, so it didn't dry out. Also, I put a shit ton on the palette, so that's okay. You know what's metallic? Gun barrels. Gun barrels are metallic, so he gets to be silver now. And this little thing, that gets to be silver too. How many of these boys have you done so far? Oh, this is the only one. This is the only boy. I assembled a guy at the start of stream just to get warmed up. I assembled Azrakh the Annihilator. But, yeah. This is the first Marine that we have done today. Some sick case hardening in there. Tanner, what are you talking about, man? What even is that, buddy? This is going to be a hard step to be clean in. But we can always tidy back up with black. I think I could probably take this Band-Aid off now. Yes, we can. Epic. Oh, that's better. I can fucking feel again. You know what else is metallic? Magazines. So the whole drum gets to be silver. I know, you can't see, I'm sorry. It's hard. It is hard, it is hard. Sometimes you're just not going to be able to, okay? Like the yellow and black combo, it always looks clean. Imperial Fists look clean. Even if you're a mediocre painter. Well, I'm not going to say mediocre. Even if you're an unskilled painter like me. I haven't painted as much as y'all probably think. And I also am not very good. I've just absorbed lots of knowledge from consuming an unhealthy amount of YouTube videos on this content and topic, but I haven't actually applied much of it. I'm a fine painter. I'm happy with the results that I get. But I will not be winning any awards, and that is okay. Because at the end of the day, it is fun, and I have a mini that is painted. And having a mini that is painted is better than a lot of people can say. A lot of people let fear consume them. It paralyzes them. They never paint. Their minis sit gray forever. And the thing is, I only think this isn't as good as I want it to be because I know what great looks like. To the layman, like if I have a friend over at my house and he's looking at all my minis and he sees this guy, he's going to think this is awesome. So don't sweat it. I got a Taln sitting gray as we speak. You have a Taln miniature? What? But I think you'd be very surprised how many people collect and almost never paint. That was me until I started streaming, and it gave me a reason to pick up the brush. It's so scary sometimes going to paint. You don't want to fuck it up. But you won't. The really thing that's important is just a steady hand and a clear mind. And that's really it. The steady hand also isn't even necessary. There are people that fucking paint minis with their feet. I'm sure. I haven't seen that, but I'm sure it's real. Steady hand helps though. I won't lie to you. Here's another painting tip. Don't sweat all the fucking details. You know what I will sweat? My camera focusing on the shiny plastic. Focus on the yellow, bitch. Thank you. So like, for example, look at the angle I have to hold this at in order to even, you guys won't be able to see it, to even see like under here where his gun is. You're never seeing this. So am I gonna worry that I painted everything perfectly under there? No. This is where you want to focus on. The angle where people are gonna, the viewing angle, where people are actually gonna look at and see. Don't sweat all the fucking... Don't sweat all the silly details. These miniatures are designed to be painted, and many of them do not have details worth seeing in the parts that you can't see. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I won't thin. You won't thin your paint. Thinning your paint. It depends on what paint you're using. I almost exclusively use speed paints now and contrast paints. Thinning is not necessary with these paints. You can use them out of the bottle and just use the water that's left over in your brush to thin. If you're using full-bodied acrylics, you might want to thin those, buddy. You might want to thin those out. if you're doing Gunpla, I know airbrush, especially just the way that Gunpla are, it's not that Gunpla don't have details, but a robot is painted differently than, like, a man. Does that make sense? Like, the super clean airbrush gradients and stuff really work on a robot. And the details are so giant on a robot that it's like an airbrush was designed for that kind of work. You can airbrush a Space Marine, but it's almost entirely just going to be, I'd airbrush this guy's armor yellow and then put the airbrush back in the case. Because an airbrush just, it can't. It's something to scale. But for Gunpla, airbrush definitely goated. What other things are metallic? Probably, what, this? Metallic step's kind of fun, because you just kind of go around the mini going, okay, what am I painting next? What other things am I going to make shiny? Metallic paints have a really instant gratification about them. They turn things metallic instantly. You don't really need to do 2 coats of this, unless you really thinned it out. Anything else obvious that I've missed? Maybe this on his shoulder, the cross of his first company veterancy. Hey guys, when I'm going to end stream today, when we're done with this guy, remind me to raid someone, because I think for once we're actually going to be ready, like done, at a time where I can actually raid. Because I know Profussy's gonna be live when I'm done, and I'm gonna want to actually raid. It's just good manners, good practice. The other thing about the metallic step is how much it adds to the mini with so little work. Look how much more done he looks. I'll try to get a good view of him here in a second. Look how much more done he looks now that we have 3 different colors on him. Come on. You can do it. Please, bro. There, thank you. See? Look at him. Look how shiny. Wow. It adds so much with so little work. They really start to come to life once you get 3 different colors on them. I think I might, that's going to be so annoying, have to pick out all of the little balls on his shoulder pad. What is that? Do I have to pick some paint dried really funky right here. Huh? Maybe it pooled? That's interesting. It had like a bubble. I'll just scrape that piece off and paint over it. Will it be kind of noticeable? Maybe. Does it really matter? No. If I gotta do all these studs, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go back over with yellow over the parts with the studs first before I do that to make sure they're like done. Yeah. I think there were some spots I missed earlier too that I wanted to go over again. Brighten some of it up. See, like I said earlier, the rule is 2 thin coats generally, but it doesn't really matter. You can do more if you want to. Paint is just paint. It can always be taken off or covered up. What other spot did I remember seeing a spot where I was like, dang, I missed that whole spot. I think it was on the front somewhere. If you show up to the tourney with unpainted models, can I say they're a wild card and use any chapter rules? No. They will not let you use an army in a tournament unless they have 3 different colors on them of paint, and there's no unpainted primer showing. Tournaments have very strict rules for stuff like that. You cannot use gray models, and your models can't just be primed red. You have to paint them. 1984. If you spray paint them, do a dip method. I mean, let's say you spray paint them red, and then you dip them, dip in straight lines. That's actually kind of interesting. I have never seen that done, and I don't know if it would work. But I think technically, if you had three colors on them, you know, if you had 3 colors, you have 3 colors. And if you have a homebrew Space Marine chapter especially, and you go, oh, well, this is just the way they're colored. They have stripes like this. Then what are they supposed to say? There are Space Marines that are like in quadrants. Like they have they're almost like a old medieval livery. Like they have a quadrant paint scheme. Where like the top left is red, the top right is blue, bottom left blue, bottom right red. Like they're divided into sections. 3 different colors, right? Yeah. DM committing a crime? I mean, it's the Games Workshop tournament. It's not a big deal. Also, Games Workshop's British. They deserve any crimes they get. Well, fuck. How much got out? Half. Guys, also, this is the other thing. Don't be mad when that happens. It's part of the process. Sometimes it happens. And now, forever, hate the $60 paint pot? Literally. That's why this paint pot blows. This thing, these, would never do that. Ever. They're physically incapable of doing that. But I think this is why Citadel has their paint pots this way. I literally think it's on purpose. Yeah, my Nuln Oil I've spilled. My Azrakh's Earthshade I've spilled. I think I've spilled Black Templar too. BRB getting a couple paper towels that are wet. Wait, cannot be saved? No, it cannot be saved. What am I going to scoop it back in there with? A spoon? It's, because now we'll just look at this vaguely yellow spot on my desk, because it'll be vaguely yellow forever, because this is so much yellow paint. And we'll go, remember the time that we spilled half a bottle of Imperial Fist contrast paint right here? Damn. It's part of the process. I'm not sweating it. Just look at the perfect coverage. Yeah, isn't that funny? And look how quickly that dried. This is dry now. This is a very damp paper towel and it doesn't come off. But that's okay, guys. Just like we've been saying the whole stream. Just be brave. It's part of the process. It's not a big deal. Yeah, people complain that GW paints are way too expensive. It isn't prohibitively expensive. That was probably $3 worth of paint I just spilled. That's not so bad. Do you need some water? Oh, I got some. You know what does annoy me now, though? More than the spilled paint? That my nice, perfect gray matte is now yellow. That's what annoys me. That's what I'm annoyed about. That this shit is yellow now. And it won't... Oh, that's satisfying. It won't easily become unyellow. Just paint it gray? Oh, how about idea? Spill gray paint? Maybe. Draw the lines back on it? I didn't need it for the lines. It's just so you have a clean backdrop that's a nice neutral color, and now it's fucking bright yellow. I probably actually will fucking spray paint this off stream. Just get my fucking white primer or something. Oh well, you know what they say. Back to it. Ain't a big deal. I am mad about this mat, though. I am mad about the mat. That I'm mad about. Where were we? I was finishing up the metallics, which I think are done now. So now I have to move on to base coating anything white that I want as a different color. And because speed paints cover atrociously, we are using a white paint, a normal acrylic white, and the top is clogged, as they do sometimes. So we're gonna just fucking stick our hobby knife in here and just fucking unclog it. I don't recommend doing this all the time, but it works. Sometimes you can fucking stick a paintbrush if it's short enough and try to unclog it. Sometimes you can just pick the cap off like that. The rest of it just came off after I poked it with the knife. Now I will hope that paint comes out of here now. It sure does. That paint was karma for playing Civ without you. I hate you, Tanner. This is your fault. You're gonna buy me a new mat, motherfucker. What brush is this? This is not the brush I wanted. That's a fucking ratty brush. There we go. I'll probably end up just buying a new mat. I'm 100% for real. I'm not mad about the paint. I'm mad that it's stained this matte. Crazy sale at Joann for cutting mats right now. Source, Joann employee. Oh, wait a sec. I need to thin this paint. Let's add some thinning medium. And just get a little white paint. Thin this down, please. More paint. Too thin. Still too thin. I added too much medium. We'll see. Oh, that's way too thin. But it doesn't need to cover fully, because I'm just trying to base coat something white-ish for when I go over it in a color that's not white. So it's actually not that big a deal. Like his helmet here got some yellow on it, So I'm just putting some white back over because his helmet's going to be white anyway. But we don't want to leave it primer white. We're literally just going to paint white over white. You can tell. You can tell when something is still primer. So I'm just, you guys won't be able to see because it's behind his backpack, but I'm just covering up the yellow that I got on his helmet with this white. It'll take a few coats. Same thing with his tabard. I got some yellow on it. His tabard is also gonna be white, so that also gets covered up. Bro, that's so annoying. Fuck. Fucking big ass yellow stain. Motherfucker. That annoys me. Because then I have to take everything up off the desk and put the new mat down. What a waste. Wait. This mat is double-sided. I think it's black on the other side. I can flip it around. Lunar was right. I forgot. This be double-sided. I'm pretty sure it's black on the other side. But I like the gray. It's more neutral. Black is so severe. Does that make sense? Maybe the black will help focus on the colors? Maybe. Or it exacerbates the issue. I guess we'll find out, huh? All of us. Few coats of white. Make sure you thin it. Especially because we're working with an actual acrylic now and not a speed paint. Which is why I added all that thinning medium to turn this shit into like fucking milk. Gotta get the underside of the tabard. Man, I haven't overturned this paint bottle in a while. But it happens. No one is perfect or infallible. Yeah, I turned over a paint bottle and spilled paint and stained my mat forever. Ever heard of it? I guess technically it's not stained forever if I get acetone and just fucking wipe it over the paint, but... yeah. There's a part of his tabard here behind the gun that I really have to work hard to get to. So I'm not going to sweat it too much. I'm just going to dab white up there. I'm just going to dab white and then clean up with yellow any that I need to. And it had to be the Imperial Fist too. That's like the only... Why do you think I don't use those fucking paints? It's literally for that reason. Those paints are evil. Why would you design your paint pots that way? This is annoying me. Kind of looks like egg yolk. We're getting close to done. We just need to base coat the white, get some shades on, and then highlight. Base coating this guy is taking fucking forever, though. Oh, his fucking pouches. I need a brown. I need a brown. Where's my brown? I had one. Here it is. I'm gonna have to take everything off this just to flip this fucking... Son of a bitch. So annoying. So annoying. When will we show the acceptance stage? When I flip the fucking thing over so I don't have to look at this anymore. It's distracting me. The big yellow stain in my peripheral vision. How evil, how evil. That sucks. Fuck, my mat. I knew the mat would get like this eventually, but like not all at once. It's supposed to be a gradual process of little paint chips and stuff over time, little spillage over long periods of time. Not really supposed to be this. What color is this? What color is this? What color is this? This? Poppy red? Isn't there like a blood red? Where'd that guy go? Is this him? Isn't there like something called slaughter red? Where'd he go? Poppy red or blood red? I think poppy red's probably more genuine red rather, whereas blood red's probably dried out. I only need a teeny tiny bit of red anyway. It's literally just for the eye lens on his helmet. Just a teeny tiny bit on my brush, and we're just real steady, just dot the eye lens. And that's literally all it was. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Autofocus. Oh, there it is. And don't worry, we're gonna shade the white so that it looks less like a blob. Don't worry. That's all the red we needed on the entire model. I was gonna shade it probably with this. Let's do that now, just to see how that goes. We're gonna do 2 parts paint, 1, 2, and 4 parts medium. So double the medium to paint. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Watching you paint has made me want to go do art. I hope it does. I'm just a guy. I hope I make other people want to just be just guys too. Or ladies. And just paint. Do some hobbying. Create. And then, yeah, this is already, I can already tell this is going to be good. For my purposes. Because we don't want to change it from reading like white. But we don't want it to be just a big white blob either. So you mix up a gray shade and just apply it over the top. Shading is so powerful, guys. It really, like, really sells things. You'll see once it's done. Like, once I can show you the helmet, what it looks like now, if you remember what it just looked like when I showed the eyeball, that fucking blinding white blob. Gonna have to wait for it to dry, though. So we will shade something else now. I kind of want to put some more metallics on. They're too dim. Ooh, that metallic is dried up, though. Oh, no, we kind of reactivated it. Because it's kind of dull, the metallics. I never used any of the gold. I think I wanted to pick a couple pieces out with that. So we'll do that next, actually. That's what we'll do. Thing is, paint bottles last you a long time. Unless that happens. Just a teeny tiny bit of the gold paint. Feather it out from the paint that you put on your palette. Don't just dip your fucking brush into the big belly of paint that you just fucking put on there. There's just a couple things that I wanted to make gold. But I didn't fucking... had too much water on my brush, so this paint is uncontrollable. So we just dry our brush off and soak it all back up, and then we try again. Why does this seem so watery? It shouldn't be. Watery, that is. That's a bit better. There's really only one detail I even wanted gold. Maybe two. Just to get some differentiation there between all the metallics. He has, it's hard to see it for you guys. He has like a little reliquary on his tabard. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Motherfucker, don't make me do it manually every time. There. And there's a piece in the center that I made gold. Kevin Warhammer is coming along just fine. We had a mishap, but otherwise it's just fine. Oh, the bullets. The bullets can be gold to make them seem more like brass. Because we're going to go and shade them soon anyway, the gold. Think I can guess what the mishap is? Yeah. It didn't get on anything important, so it's not that big a deal. Alrighty. Does anyone remember his blinding white helmet before? Oh, come on. And now you can make out the details again because of the wash, the shade. So it still looks white, but it's not just a big blob. And all it took was thinning down gray paint and putting it over the white. So it's still white, but now you can make out what it is again. I think some of the details on his helmet should be silver. Like that the Auspex scanner comes out of. You know? Like, oh god, I don't really know what. Planning to paint the armor studs too? I've been trying to avoid it. I've been trying to avoid it. Just flooded the helmet with gray, but we just dry off our brush and capillary action just soaks all the paint up. So, never be afraid if you accidentally touch your brush to the model with too much water in it and just fucking floods everywhere. Just quickly, just dry your brush off and just soak it up. Pretty easy. But I do want to try to paint his cybernetic eye like metallic if I can manage it. Oh god, it's such a small detail. It's so evil. How could they do this to me? I think this is targeted. They knew I would spill my paint. This was targeted. Games Workshop, this is your fault. You mother frickers. But the thing about brush control is you can kind of cheat. If you stipple, you can kind of cheat. You shouldn't be trying to drag your brush across a detail this small anyway. There, that looks better already. So now we have his helmet with the silver eye lens. And now the helmet looks done now, no? That looks way better. We still need, I feel like we need to shade his armor, but I don't know with what. Not Nuln Oil, surely. Azrakh? Do you shade this with Azrakh's Earth Shade? There's no way. There's actually no way. I don't know, he seems so close to being done, but there's something he's missing. It's like definition. Like, I need to shade his armor, but like I literally don't know with what. And I think also it's time to try to get the fucking silver on the studs. I think it's time. We have to try. Where's the silver paint? There it is. Will I downgrade to a smaller brush for this? I think so. I don't think I could do it with a big brush. So a slightly smaller brush, get some water in it. Shade with an orange brown. Yeah, it might be Azrakh's. It might be an Azrakh's or shade play, but here we go. You really just have to dot them, so we'll just be meticulous. Like I literally just said, stippling is kind of cheating. I'm not trying to paint this with a stroke, I'm literally trying to poke the stud once. Or twice, just to get coverage. But this isn't covering very well. So that is scary. This is doing a lot though. You guys can't see it yet, I know. But could use the end of the brush for a dot. Because it's so rigid, the end of a brush, it won't flow around the orb that is the shape of the stud. You know? You need it to have some give so that it can actually get all the way around. Just a couple left on the shoulder pad. And I'm not trying to get complete coverage on these studs. I'm not trying to make sure that every single square inch of them is painted. I am just trying to get a good enough base coat on them. So now, when we look at it, come on camera, I believe in you. They're shiny now. And that's what matters. Use red or black paint to outline the armor plates on the shoulders. That's not a bad idea, but I'm not like a big panel liner in my... I don't know, I just don't like panel lining. I feel like it has really large diminishing returns. I flooded the brush, gotta dry it off. You want your brush damp, not wet. Now for the ones on the legs. Not enough paint, never enough paint. If that was too much, I could tell. I like the fucking old Mark III armor like this, but goddamn, these studs, they look cool. They are a bitch to paint. Strategically, what are What are the studs even for? Like, do they help mitigate, like, explosions or something by breaking up the surface area? Or, like, they help deflect bullets? That's okay. I did good enough. But I'm noticing that I have to clean up some of the yellow. And guess what? We have some yellow paint right here. Nice hair. Did my hair appear? My beautiful brunette locks. Hi, Connor. What's going on, buddy? You going somewhere? Bye. That was my brother. He was saying he was waving goodbye because he's going somewhere. Do I know where? No. Any other places I need the yellow? Straight to Popeyes? Maybe. You might just be right, Agent Tanner. The backside of his tabard isn't white enough. I need more white paint. Because this is a mess. And that's too watery. Motherfucker, I'm still mad about that damn paint. It fucking pisses me the fuck off. Not because I spilled paint, because I don't care about the paint. It's because it stained the damn mat. Fuck. Service studs? That makes sense. I guess these are stern guards, so they would have service studs, huh? Oh, there's like a weird paint flake. Got stuck. What the hell is this? Some paint dried funky. I don't know why my Imperial Fist is doing this. Maybe I needed to shake it up more? I don't think so. It seemed plenty liquid just then. It's just drying kind of tacky in some places. Which is kind of annoying. We will just lightly scrape off the tacky spot and then just go over it again with fresh paint. And it was like it wasn't there. He's almost done. I'm feeling pretty good about him. I think I'm going to shade some of the silver, maybe all of it. Where's the null oil? Get over here, buddy. Here it is. This paint, you see how empty this is? Oh, I wonder what happened to him. Wonder what happened to the null oil. Everyone spills their null oil. It's a rite of passage amongst hobbyists. People will literally post about it on like Twitter and Reddit and places, being like, "Look, guys, I can finally join the club," and it's just like a pool of null oil all over their desk. And this shit's even more watery than the paint that I spilled. It's like so thin, and it flows everywhere. The time I spilled it, I'm so lucky I didn't get it all over my fucking clothes or on my fucking carpet or anything. It's like so fortunate, because this stuff is no joke. And we're just going to use this to shade the black details, just paint it all over the gun. This stuff dries super transparent, so you need a lot of it in order to color anything. So if you paint it over a surface, it stains the recesses, but it shades the recesses and only lightly stains surfaces. So it'll make the gun darker, and then also the recesses completely black. Like, then it'll help panel line some of the details too. on the silver. I'm not sure if I'm happy with these cablings. I feel like one of them needs to be red. You know what? We're doing that now, before I forget. Just for some more color. He needs more color that's not just black. For extra couple of bucks, you could buy a dropper bottle for you. Never have to worry about ruining your furniture and minis with it. Yeah, I mean, but like, we shouldn't have to. I definitely get that you can do that, but we shouldn't have to. GW should just use paint dropper bottles like literally every other paint distributor on the planet. I didn't thin that enough. I am painting over one of the black cables with white, so that when I go over it with red, it actually is saturated. I'm not looking for full coverage here, I'm just looking to brighten up the base. I think this will help a lot once I get this cable painted red. And there's a detail I missed that should be silver on the cables as well. That or get Army Painter or Vallejo washers that come in dropper bottles. Yeah, but the thing is, like, Army Painter and Vallejo don't have Imperial Fist. They don't have the best yellow paint on the market, you know? And the best yellow paint in the market comes in this atrocious paint pot that you tip over and spill everywhere. No other yellow paint is as goated. It's not close either. It is not close. Alrighty. While we are waiting for that white to dry, what else can I do? I guess I can go back to Nuln Oil and shade some of the armor panels. Painting a Sister of Battle when? I own some Sisters actually, but I don't have them painted. God, those are such detailed models. Those are crazy Sisters. I think we might shade the armor with Nuln Oil. I think actually it works. So we're just going to be brave and just go for it. I'm just going to start painting over the armor with Nuln Oil, but like pretty thinly. Just try to get some of the recesses shaded because we don't want to dull the yellow too much. But we do want it to have some interest. I think that might be a mistake, but you know what? That's alright. And I know you guys haven't been able to see for a second because I've been fucking messing around off camera like a doofus. But I'm just gonna try to panel line him just a little bit with the Nuln Oil so that he isn't just a yellow guy. I'm gonna try to avoid the raised edges and just get some recess shading. Which will be hard, I think. And you guys can't see again. I'm getting too into it, and I'm not even looking at my screen to tell if I'm in focus. I'm getting too into it. If I'm in focus or in frame. We can always clean up with the yellow again too if this stains it too much. In fact, I almost know that we're gonna have to. Because Nuln Oil is powerful. Well, we will let that dry. And I think I might use Azrakh's Earthshade on some of the flatter panels, because the brown will help. Sisters have a lot of details. I know, that's how I'm afraid of them. The sisters are so detailed and so scary. Azrak's Earthshade. This is the other thing. These fucking pots don't stay open. I know it's like, oh, well, don't let your paint dry out. It's a giant paint pot. It's not going to dry out. I promise. Yeah, Azrakh seems like pretty good, actually. And you like can't really tell how far you're dipping your fucking brush into the pot. It's just a nightmare. And I know it's on purpose. I know it's on purpose. I think we might go over all the armor and Azrakh's because this is actually turning out okay. And then we'll brighten it back up with yellow again. And then he will be done. The thing with shades, you just have to keep moving. Make sure they aren't pooling anywhere and move fast. You don't want them to start drying. They dry so fucking fast, shades. So keep moving and just soak up anything excess that you see. And we don't want to miss any details either. It'll be really obvious if we didn't hit a spot with the shade. I think we're just about there though. Anything that I missed? Because I don't think so. Oh, his belt. And oh, and the gun. Some of this stuff needed some brown. Yeah, like the gold bits. Just changed up some of the silver to have a little bit of more interesting color. Oh, and his fucking eye lens needed Nuln Oil. Kelfer full of pot, thank you. I won't make the mistake again. This stream. I will do it again in the future. But for now, I won't. There are teeny tiny grills on his helmet that I want to make sure I get a little bit of shading in. But it's very difficult because they're so teeny tiny. There we go. He's just almost done. The shade made him a lot more variable in color, but it definitely darkened down the yellow, but I think that might be for the best. I mean, it's supposed to darken down the yellow. It's a shade. There's a pool. It's yucky. Because now, I'll take some of this fucking giant pool of Imperial Fist and use it to brighten some of the spots back up. Try to just catch some of the edges and go over the wash. Actually, I think I'll take white first. We will edge highlight in white. Too wet. This paint is drying. Reactivate, buddy. There you go. Just a little bit of white. Is this like water? Yes. Fast. Fucking acrylics dry out so fast. Where'd my white paint go? There it is. I'm back now to be a menace? That's awesome. Bro, why isn't this? Fucking. Please be a thick paint for me, please. And not water. Do I really have to mix you up this much? Are you that dried out? Really? Good enough. A designated bottle? What the hell are you talking about? I'm kind of afraid. Like, what does that mean? Painting teeny details, I'm sorry. I know you can't see. Piss bottles? What the fuck? Why are you guys talking about that? You're acting like you guys were talking about that before. Is that a topic that's come up? Be honest. Because I certainly haven't talked about it. Okay, I have now gone over some of the topmost edges with white so that I can go back over them with the yellow to brighten them back up from the shade. And then I think we will paint that cable red because that was something that I meant to do forever ago, and then we will be done besides the base. Then I will call him done. He's kind of dark, but I think a lot of people like their Warhammer minis dark. I kind of like my Space Marines dark too. Let's just paint that cable real quick. I think painting this red is going to help a lot. Though this is kind of... it's kind of red. It says it's poppy red. It has like some purple in it. Bye, Lunar. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you chatting. and witnessing the horrors of the Imperial Fist incident of April 2024. A bottle would have lasted me forever too, if I didn't do that. Fuck. I complained about this cable so much, like, man, this cable is so annoying to paint, glad I only have to do it once. Here I am, deciding to change the color of it in the fucking 11th hour. I know he's off frame because I have to really get him steady for this fucking upside down shit. His fucking astronaut training. We are almost done with the cable. Almost. Yeah, it looks that. Oh my god, that's crazy how much that did. That looks so much better just having that done. Okay, so here he is with the red cable now. I think he's looking pretty good. Now we just have to clean up those white highlights that I put on there with yellow, and we'll say done. He looks worn, yeah. I'm not a good enough painter to like do the box art style that it's called the heavy metal style, because the team that paints the Warhammer box arts, they're the heavy metal team. So I tend to just kind of do my best to stay in the lines and then fucking throw a wash and a highlight on them. Anything that happens after that is what it is. I need to do more white on that shoulder pad though. And there was another spot that I missed with the silver. There's a coupling on the cable. Why is the silver so dark? Oh, it's because it was fucking splitting. Okay, you motherfucker. You want to fucking flood my fucking detail? You piece of shit. You piece of shit silver paint. You don't even have that much water in you, bro. Piece of shit. I think I dropped a paintbrush. I don't know where it went. I'll have to find it. And then there's the white here on his shoulder pad trim that I have to make sure that I get at least an okay coat. So we'll go over it one more time. Fuck. I messed up. Gotta clean it up. Bro, why? Why? There we go. Fuck. I think I need more Azrakhs. I think the highlights have gone too bright, and I need to darken them down a little. Maybe not, though. Maybe I... No, they are. They're too bright. They're too bright. The Azrakh should help feather them back into the rest of the scheme. They'll still be bright, but not that bright. Why is that not drying the same way as the rest? That looks interesting. Did I just drop something else again? Motherfucker. Your eyes what? Because I'm pale? Because I'm pale? Yeah? My bad. For being pale. I feel like this dried so bright. Or dark, rather. I need to brighten it back up. Some of the panels, at least. But I think I have to thin down the Imperial Fist if I'm going to do that. Look at this dude with no vitamin D. What do you mean? I got all the Sunny D on my palate right now. It tastes so yummy. Almost done. I just need to wait for this shit to dry so I can apply the yellow back to it. We're just gonna take some of the yellow and then some water to make sure we get this thin, because it was saturating too much for what I wanted. Mix that ish up. Now it's barely even paint anymore. Wait for that to dry, and then I gotta fucking put Azrakh straight on it. This is just the fixing mistakes step. He's basically done. Bye, Okugo. He's basically done. I was just fixing a couple mistakes. I like him. He looks pretty grungy. That red cable really helped. So, yeah. There he is. Alrighty. What? How long have I been going? Oops. Nudged the camera. 2 hours 23? Oh, that's enough. I will now raid Landon. Everybody, thanks for coming by. Saku, thanks for gifting Aura. Add red in that white outline shoulder plate. Do Imperial Fist Stern Guards have a red shoulder trim? I thought it was white. I'll look it up, and if so, then I'll add it. Bye, everybody. Where were you when Reese spilled his pot of Imperial Fist? I was right here. I will now end stream and, well, raid Landon and flip this mat so I don't have to look at this anymore. Bye. Bye. We'll go to Big Reese. We'll go to Big Reese. Hold on. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Chat, how do I raid Landon? Hey, chat. Is it /raid? Professor Lando. Did that work? Yup. Everybody get in. Go say hi to Lando. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. It was a fun stream, even though I spilled my Imperial Fist. I'm happy with the outcome anyway. It's okay. I'll just flip my mat around. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.